Okay. Video number 2 is ways to sell. So I'm going to talk about all the different ways to sell. If you're getting on this is video number 2 of a series. So you're a new consultant. Now what? So this is video number 2, ways to sell. So the first way to sell is obviously, as most of you guys know, Facebook Live. This is the most lucrative way. It is the fastest way. It's the way to reach most people. Okay, it does take some work, but we're going to do a whole other video. This video is on ways to sell. I am going to talk about Facebook Live and increasing engagement and all that. I'm not sure which one it's going to be right now, but right now, video number 3, the next one, is getting ready to go live. And that's going to be a whole video in and of itself. So that'll be the next video. I might even whip that out today. We'll see. So Facebook Live is where most consultants are. That's where probably most of you found your consultant. That's where maybe you discovered Paparazzi. You were perusing live videos, or maybe a friend shared a video, or maybe you saw somebody that you knew selling it on Facebook. That's probably where you found Paparazzi, is on Facebook Live, okay? It is not hard to go live on Facebook, but you just have to have the proper preparations, the proper lighting, the right background, which can be no background at all. Just we want to make sure we don't have a distracting background. But that is the most lucrative way to sell, okay? You can reach the most people and get a lot sold by going live on Facebook, and that's a whole other topic that we'll cover, okay? The next way is hostess parties, okay? So you can have Facebook hostess parties, all right? You can do let's talk about Facebook hostess parties, all right? So when you go live, okay, you can have a hostess sponsoring your party. So basically, what you would do is you would maybe approach one of your best friends, somebody that you know isn't going to say no for your first one. So you would approach her and you would say, let's just say her name's Marcy. Hey, Marcy, I'm a brand new Paparazzi independent consultant, as you know, and I'm looking for my very first hostess. Will you hostess a Facebook party for me? In return, this is what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 1 free piece for every piece sold. Or for every 10 pieces sold. 1 free piece for every 10 pieces sold. I'm going to give you 1 free piece just for hostessing the party. And I'm going to give you 1 free piece just for, oh my gosh, this is goofy. Hold on just a second. There we go. This kind of keeps. And I'm going to give you 1 free piece for every party that's booked off of your party. Okay, so it kind of sounds like a lot of free pieces, but as you guys know and remember from watching the series the first time, so you're thinking about being a consultant. I haven't made that series yet, but I'm going to right after this series. So that you get 1 free piece for every 10 pieces you buy from the company. So when you buy jewelry from Paparazzi, they give you 1 free piece for every 10 pieces you buy. And the reason they do that is they want you to be giving away free pieces for every 10 sold. They know that they're called hostess rewards. So you're going to reward your hostess for hostessing a party. All right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to have her invite all of her friends to attend your live. And what I like to do is I like to have, in Paparazzi, consistency is the key. Okay? Consistency is the key. So if you're going to go live twice a week, I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central. Okay? So I keep it that way, all right? Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Time. I live in Nebraska, so it's always going to be that time, okay? It never changes, all right? Unless I have an emergency or something, I'm always live at Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central. Sometimes in the wintertime, I bump that back to 7 in the wintertime because people come in earlier, they're hanging out. Sometimes it's 7, so it just kind of depends upon the season, but it's always the same time, all right? For a couple of years, I went live on Mondays and Tuesdays, but I decided to switch it to Tuesdays and Thursdays. But whatever the deal is, stick with your time, put it up on your Facebook page, and always go live at the same time every week, okay? Have your hostess parties during your lives, okay? So you can just have a hostess on. And all it means is that her bringing people to you. And so during the party, let's say her and all of her friends end up 60 pieces of jewelry is sold. So you would give her 6 free pieces for the jewelry sold, 1 free piece for having the party on the originally scheduled date. And then during your live, you would say, okay, so let's say Sally is the hostess. We're going to say, oh, Sally's so excited because she's going to get a free piece when one of you guys books a party. And I would always ask Sally ahead of time, who do you think is most likely to book a party? And she'll tell you who that person is. So sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I have to ask up to 3 or 4 times sometimes. And sometimes it's not even on the live itself. Okay, sometimes it's just private messaging or calling that person afterwards and saying, hey, you know, I think you're a really fantastic person. I think, you know, let's get you a bunch of free jewelry. Make sure you let them know what's in it for them if they book a party. Many, many times they will. My goal off of every single live when I have a Facebook party is to book 2 parties off of the one. If you do that, you will never, ever, ever, ever run out of leads. Ever. Your business will explode, okay? So Facebook hostess parties. The other way to sell, in-person or home parties. I actually have one going tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited about it because I have some boards set up. It's right across the street from my house. I have some boards set up, and I have some boxes. Actually, let me show you. This is kind of neat. I just want to show you. I wasn't planning on doing this, but why not, right? So I have these 6 boxes. There's 6 guests that are going to be at the party. So what I did, this wasn't my idea. This is some idea that I pulled off of YouTube. I loaded each box full of jewelry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each person a box. It's called speed shopping. And what I'm going to do is give each person a box, and they have like 5 minutes to go through and look at the jewelry and go, ooh, this one's mine, this one's mine, this one's mine, before they have to pass the box to the right, to the person to the right, okay? So they get to sit on the floor in a big circle and dig through their box for 5 minutes. And then in 5 minutes, they have to have it all back in the box. And then they have to pass the box to the person on the right before, so they have to pick the jewelry that they want to buy fast. Isn't that fun? So that's kind of an idea that you can get these, and just, that's how you can do a party, you guys. Just do some speed shopping. And I mean, you could load up some of these shoe boxes full of jewelry and just do speed parties. You don't have to have fancy boards or all of this stuff to do your parties. You don't have to have black backdrops and all. Just do this, okay? The other thing you can do is a basket party. This is very similar. You could use something like this, or you could have a fancy basket or a 31 bag or a nice bag or a tote full of jewelry, and you would just give it to the hostess. Make sure that you count the pieces before you give it to them. Say 100 pieces is a good amount, 100 to 125, 120, somewhere in there, a good amount to give to a hostess. And what you would do is you just give it to them with a sales book and say, hey, take this around to your work, your friends, your family, whatever. Keep it for 3 days, show it to whoever, dig through the jewelry, let them pick out what they want, and just collect the money for me. And then bring back the unsold jewelry. That's a basket party. And then see if she can book a basket party off of her party. And then what does she get? She gets 1 free piece for having the basket party. She gets 1 free piece for holding the 1 free piece for every 10 sold, and she gets 1 free piece for every basket party she books off of her party, okay? Isn't that cool? So that's another way that you can sell. So in-person home parties. Okay, another way is to wear the jewelry and carry a bling bag and carry jewelry around your purse. The other day, we have our local gas station, and I go in there and pick up my pizza or whatever. The cashier was new, and she said, oh my gosh, I love your necklace and your earrings. Those are so cute. And I said, I whipped out my business card and I handed it to her. And I said, I would love to introduce you to my jewelry. I'm a bling slinger full-time. That's what I do full-time. I sling bling. And she goes, What's that mean? And I said, everything's $5 and it's nickel free and lead free. And I'd love to introduce you to it. And she goes, can I buy that necklace and earrings? Do you have 3 sets? I want one for each of my daughters. And I didn't, the one that I was having, I did. It taught me a lesson, because I've kind of heard everybody say, wear what you have in stock and then carry them with you. So if I would have been wearing something and then I would have had 3 of them in my bag, I could have sold them to her right on the spot. So I hear people say that all the time. It's never really happened to me, but it happened to me the other day. So it does happen. Okay. So one way is to, I mean, she couldn't have dug through a bag right then and there. She's a cashier at a gas station. So she couldn't have taken, but I could have said, hey, you know, I've got jewelry, let's get together after work. Or why don't you come over after work one of these nights? Because she works right down the street from where I live. So, you know, I got her phone number and I signed her up for my text alerts. That's how I handled the situation. I said, you know what? I would love to introduce you to my Facebook Live show. I sling bling 7 days a week. I love it. I sell live on Facebook and I have a great website. And so, by the way, my website, if you want to check it out, it's julies5dollarjewelry.com, all spelled out, no numbers. So the 5 is spelled out, julies5dollarjewelry.com if you want to check out my website for shopping. But she went to my website and placed an order, and then she was on my Facebook Live show like that night. It was amazing. So, yeah. So wear the jewelry. Make sure that when you go out, you're wearing your jewelry, okay? And carry it in your bag or your purse. YouTube Live. You can actually go live on YouTube now. This has not been a proven tactic. It's something that's kind of up and coming. So there's always some technological thing that's up and coming. Watch for the next up and coming thing. Watch for apps where paparazzi consultants are not, where maybe you can go live there, or maybe you can get in front of a whole new brand new audience. Always be on the lookout for new technological things, you guys, because you want to go where other people are not. You're still going to attract tons and tons of people where people are, but look for up-and-coming apps or up-and-coming places where other consultants are not, because then you can corner that market, you know. Let's see, Pinterest. Make sure you have a Pinterest business account, and then drop pictures of your jewelry or put little photo collages together and then drive them back to your Facebook page, okay? TikTok, do little TikTok videos, drive them back to your Facebook page. Maybe a TikTok is a 30-second to a 60-second video, I think. I have not done this, but I plan on doing it. So, you know, paparazzi consultants, not a lot of them on TikTok right now. So maybe you can, I'm going to have my kids teach me how to use it. Okay, other up-and-coming apps. Like I said, there's always new apps that are out there that are coming up all the time, always new things. So watch for the new things. Google, hey, what's a new up-and-coming social media app that I can get on? Get on it first, okay? Okay, I want to talk about Shopify websites. So my website, julies5dollarjewelry.com, I did not get that until I was a platinum seller, okay? My upline, she's my upline, she told me, she says, don't even think about getting a Shopify website until you're a platinum seller. And so I worked and became a platinum seller so that I could justify having a Shopify website. Just because you get a website does not mean that all these people are automatically going to come to you. It's your customers and you talking about your website that's going to drive people to the website. And you don't want to drive them to a website where you don't have a lot of jewelry on there. Your point of being a paparazzi consultant is you want to drive people to your website. You want to have a large inventory and you want to have a lot of selection. So obviously, we'll talk about this later, but you're going to do a 100% reinvest in your business for a while. We can kind of talk about business principles in another video. But the point is to keep increasing your inventory to a level where you're comfortable, but you can't have 100 or 200 pieces on a website. That's just not enough. It's just not enough to put on a website. So wait until you have a larger inventory, then start a website, okay? So there's lots of other ways to sell. Make sure you're searching the internet for ideas. There's always new and upcoming ideas that are popping up. Oh, of course, vendor events. I mean, you can do vendor events. That's another great way to sell. Just you have to work at it a little bit. There's other paparazzi consultants that try to get into those events, so just join a Facebook group where they announce events, and that's a good way to get in. Okay? All right, so I want to talk about some virtual ways to sell. These are all virtual ways to sell. Okay, so the first one, live Facebook shows, obviously. The second one is albums. Okay, albums on Facebook. You can drop pictures. All right, so when you place an order from Paparazzi, they're going to send you the stock photos with your order. Okay, you can download the stock photos of all the pieces that you ordered, and then you can create an album on Facebook. All right, I have a video on how to put an album together. It's on my Facebook page. Okay, so you can look that up. You can put out albums of jewelry that you have in stock ready to go. Okay, so if you have 40 pieces of jewelry that you just got in and you've showed it on Facebook Live and they didn't sell or whatever, or you sold half of them and you've got 20 left, create an album and put it on your Facebook page and say, hey, these are 20 pieces that I just got in. They're hot, they're awesome, they're cool, and people can shop your albums. The next way is pre-claim albums. So basically, when you place your order with Paparazzi, they send you the stock photos immediately. You can download those photos, and that's where your VIP group comes in. You upload the photos to your VIP group in an album, and then you say, hey, these are the pieces that I have coming in. Hey, VIPs, who wants first crack at them? Who wants this hot, hot jewelry first? Okay, that's where your VIP group comes in. So you can post pictures in there, and then they can say, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. And then when the box comes in, you just put their little name on it and throw it in their bag, and then what's left out of that pre-claim album, that's what you show live on Facebook, or that's what you put in your basket party, or that's what you show when you do other parties and things, okay? Obviously, we talked about a website. That's another virtual way to sell. Wall drops, okay? On your business page and in your VIP group, you can just drop a picture in there and say, who wants this piece? And then 20 minutes later, say, drop another picture. Who wants this piece? Drop another picture. Who wants this piece? Those are called wall drops. Or you can drop 5 at a time or 10 at a time. All day long, 7 days a week, however much you want to do it, those are called wall drops. And you can actually schedule them, okay? The next one is super, super lucrative, and it's called a speed live. And I love doing speed lives. I do a lot of them. Set up the jewelry either on the table. You just set your jewelry out on the table, and you put a number next to it. So you can literally take like a little piece of paper like this and like write, 1 on it and put it next to the piece, like this, number 1 or whatever, and then just put the camera over it and then go over to the next piece and be like, this is a blingy bracelet, it's number 1. This is a fantastic pair of earrings, it's number 7. This is a really great necklace, it's number 23 or whatever. There's a really, really, really big seller that kind of gave me a tip. She said, don't put the numbers in order, put them out of order. I don't know. I've done it both ways. Not really sure if I'm a fan of the out of order thing, but either way works. Whatever you decide works best for you, okay? That is a great way because then you just show a whole bunch of jewelry real fast. You just pan the camera over, you show the one piece and you stop for about 2 seconds, and then you show the next piece for about 2 seconds, you show the next piece. And people have to make quick decisions, and then they go, I want number 1, and I want number 5, and I want number 27, and I want number 90. And then you sell a whole bunch of stuff all at once. And you don't even have to show your face. You can do those without showing your face. And then people can shop the replay. And then you try to get people to share and shop the replay. That's another thing. Make sure you're getting people to share your live videos, okay? So that is my little video on ways of selling. I hope you enjoyed it, okay? Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? And watch for more videos on All Topics Paparazzi. This was video number 2 in the series. Go to my Facebook in the description underneath this video. That's where you can find me on Facebook. You can shop my website. You can look at my other videos that I have. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.